So, good morning. P.S. Well, to be honest with you, I've been up since one something, but I need to, um, I need to get ready and stuff like that. So, no going back to bed for me. It's way too late in the day. All right. So, we're going to start off with concealing, and I'm going to use my Lancome, which I love. I do love it. And I've got some. I'm noticing as I'm getting older that the darker bits around my eyes are getting even darker. So that's fun. Oh, well. Yeah, so the weather is finally back to being nice. I have it's a Japanese maple, and it got all confused with the cold snap and turned from like a yellow to a red. It's like, are we staying? Are we going? What are we doing? Um, I did my own propagations. My husband and I, we cut off the stem of something that we liked, which in this case was hydrangea, and put it in some root tone and put it in the nursery. And now we have, I believe, um, I want to say 7 propagations and we did that last year, and they've really shot up. When we bought this property, it had these giant hydrangeas, but they were right in the front. And lately, with everything being warmer around here and colder, it's like just so random. The people who had lived here before planted them right in the front, which gets a lot of sun, and hydrangeas don't particularly care for hot sun for long periods of time. So I put these propagations in a nice shady spot under a beautiful wisteria tree, which I also took a propagation of, cut off a little bit of it, did what I needed to do, got it going, and now that is on my fence line. Okay, I am going to take a little setting powder, which e.l.f. I just got this a while back, a couple of days ago, maybe last week, just to set, and I'm going to use a kitty cat paw type thing, just to set from the crease up, not on the lid. So, because I have found now that if I put it on the lid, my actual eyeshadow doesn't want to stick as well. So I'm excited. About the weekend, my husband's been working crazy hours, and so this will be neat. We'll have a barbecue. I got some watermelon. I got the place decorated a little bit, was just very lightly because I really didn't want to go through, because 4th of July, I have a lot of decorations and it's a big deal here. We live on a river, and there's fireworks on the river from here and the neighboring state for 4th of July. So it is a bunch of fun, and it's a pretty big deal, like it is everywhere, I imagine. And so now I'm going to take a little Lumi Glotion. This is a darker shade. I had been using this in the winter. It's just a lighter shade of this, and this one's the next one up. And I mix that. Usually I use my True Match. Usually I use this one, the True Match, but I think maybe today I'll use something a little, maybe I'll use my 30 Hour Maybelline. Maybe I'll use this one, the Super Stay Activewear. And so I mix those. I generally put a little bit more of the like illuminator than I do the actual foundation. And so, and if you're new here, I have wrinkles on my forehead. I have wrinkles right here, right here. I have textured skin here, here, all through the T-zone. And so I do not put any extra foundation on those areas. I will skim over them with what's left of what I have on my brush, but generally, no, I don't. I do not put my foundation on in those areas. And you can't tell. There's no way that you can tell. If you're standing next to me in public in the full sun, you still wouldn't be able to tell, because I put a little bit of powder and a couple of other things that just marry everything together. All right, and since we are going to be outside doing ribbon cutting, I am just going to pounce always use this. You can use eyebrow pencil for lip liner. It's wax, so it's not going to run, which is a great one. Of course, you're limited to the neutral colors because generally they're not going to have any, pinks in there. And I am using eyeshadow for my contour. I like this kind of a putty gray almost, and so I'm going to put that up fairly high up here, because you're getting older. You don't want that to drag down any. And you sweep up. You don't want anything going down. I'll try and, today, I'm going to give myself a little lift that, you can kind of push them down around your particular nail. The bad thing about it is they're so flexible that, like, I use my nails for things. I try to be a little careful, but I'm in the garden and whatnot, and these just tear. It's weird. They split down the middle, which is strange. The other Kiss ones that I've used now, I'm going to get rid of this little gel. Okay, so can you see that little, see how there's my cheekbone, it goes out, goes in, and then it goes out. Okay. Of course, you can still see it, but I mean, it's a lot better. Same thing with this other side. Put on my City Lips Lip Plumper. I should have done that earlier. I'm using Milani, I think this is called Cheek Kiss, Nude Kiss or something like that. And with the blushes, I'm really liking the creams as I'm older because that is probably, to me, that's probably the biggest telltale sign of maturing your skin when you don't, or your makeup look when you don't need to, is seeing pink powder. And it's a shame too, because I love some of the powders, and I've been looking into the different ways you can turn them into a cream. I just haven't tried them, but I am curious. I'm wondering if it'll degrade the color, a whole bunch. So, we put this right above what we just did. And then I like to use this, and I like to pull it down just a little bit, not up. And it diffuses it really, really nicely. It's a blush, but to be honest with you, it's got a lot of glitter in it, so I kind of use it as a bronzer-ish. And I put it where the sun would be, and also places where it wouldn't really. So I just like to put a little bit right there on my nose, chin. And don't forget your ears. And I like to use this big fluffy brush because it just melts everything in so much easier. Use my neutral colors, which is generally this for the darker one, and this for the transition. And then I'll use another one of these to do a liner, and it'd probably be that one. So I'm going to go right above my crease. I just loaded a little bit more of the darker color to intensify it. Just when you're our age, you want to pat it in first so that you don't skip over any of your wrinkles. Because if you put them on like the young girls do and you just swipe it, your skin is so much softer now at this age. The little wrinkle, and in between those wrinkles there won't be any color, so um, it'll definitely look like you skipped. So that's why you pounce it on first and then and add little bits at a time and add to it to get the intensity you want, because it's harder to take it away than it is to put it on. It's got a tiny, tiny bit of sparkle, really tiny. And go into that urchin, the dark, really dark. It too has a tiny bit of sparkle in it. I can see it. Okay, I have fallout. Let me go ahead and put this on. Let's do the eyebrows. I generally brush down. Only fill in the sparse spots. I'm using Precision, Precisely My Brow by Benefit. And I brush down so that when I brush back up, you cannot see where I put those lines necessarily. Now, to give your face an extra lift, especially at the corners, you really want to go a hair, pun intended, above your last hair on your tail to just give you, and I mean, it's so subtle, but it makes a difference. I like to make an X at the Cupid's bow like this. I only do it once. I'm just doing it extra to show you. Later, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I have just a little bit of that left. I could have used my Glotion. Any of them would be good. I prefer a liquid highlighter though, and so I put it right there. I have wrinkles in between where I'm putting that, so I'm just going to put it right there, right here, right there at the arch, here, there, right here, right there. just going to pat that out, staying in the general area. I use my finger because I feel if I use a brush, it takes too much of the product away. All right, I will do my mascara and I'll be right back. Now, I've got Age Rewind. I'm going to give you another tip for giving yourself a little lift. Just an illusion of the eye, giving yourself a little lift. So I am going to take this and I'm going to go from the bottom and I'm going to go straight up. Straight up. And then I'm just going to pat that out. All right, I just curled my hair. Let's see what we've got. I try not to wash my hair that often because I like to keep the natural oils in it. Well, this is how it's looking. I am going to do another haircut. The last one I did, I got off like most of the dead ends, but now I need to actually put some texture in it. So we'll do that together. It's a little unruly, but so am I, so that's okay. Well, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'm excited to have my husband with me for a little bit of time, and I will get back with you real soon. I'm probably going to take you guys along with me to the opening and the ribbon cutting, so this will be fun. All right, you guys take care. I will see you soon. Bye.